Mr. Collie.
Mr. Matty F.
How are you, sir?
Oh,
Welcome to the Groove Junction, everyone. We are back for another edition of the DJ's podcast, The Groove Junction. Thank you for joining us. If it's your first time, thanks for dropping in. It's been great.
where you
Well,
been?
hopefully it'll be great for you, but thanks for popping in anyway. It's great to have you on board, as always.
Can I just say,
Go on.
I listened to what you said to me last week when we start our podcast.
Yes,
You
sir.
say, "All right, John, how are you doing? How you been?" I'll give it, yeah, good. Yeah, I'm really good. I only said it the once today.
I know, you're
Yeah,
learning.
yeah, man. Yeah,
It's
it's taken a
taken
while.
28 weeks, but we're
Yeah,
there just
get in there,
about.
man. Get in there.
Once again, we are back for another edition of the Groove Junction, talking all things DJing on the DJ's podcast. That is the Groove Junction. Thanks for joining us on either Spotify podcast, either on Amazon Podcast or Apple Podcast or any other podcast providers out there that you've obtained it through. It's great. Or you're watching on YouTube. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you get that notification. And you can also subscribe on Spotify a video player as well. So you also get that notification when a new episode has landed, which is every Friday at 10 a.m. There you go. That's the plug's done for it.
Wicked, man. I'll tell you, do you have all that written down in front of you?
No, I just reel it off from my head.
I'll tell you, you're doing it very well.
Oh,
Done it
thank you,
very
sir.
well. I would be able to remember all of that.
How have you been?
I've been good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us, everyone, this week on the Groove Junction. Have a great week. It's over.
I've had a good week. I've had quite an easy week, if I'm honest. I mean, I only had the one of them.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear about this because you mentioned last week this was the party that you love to do. It was cancelled last year.
Yeah.
So how was the party for the special needs school, my friend?
It was, you know what, I know I've said it a lot. You know, it is, I do a lot of parties and events throughout the year, and I always look forward to this one. And it went fantastic. And what made it even better for me this year, or this particular party, is I give out little prizes and sensory toys to the children, okay, when they join in. Now, I won't lie, the dance floor wasn't full with people because some of them don't like, you know, they don't like to be at the front and being like the centre of attentions, but they were dancing around the edges with their parents or their carers or guardians. And this one guy, we was doing a dance. I can't remember what dance he was doing now, to be fair, but we did a dance. And I said, you know what? I said, there you go, mate. I said, you've won this prize here. What's your name? And he said his name was Sam. I said, well done, Sam. You know, on the mic, everyone gave him a clap. Crack on with the next song. Off we go. Didn't think no more of it. And then at the end of the party, the mum come up to me. She said, oh, do you have a minute? I said, yeah, go on, what's that? Are you all right? She said, you know what? You are the only person that has ever asked his name and understood what he said. Now, he had a bit of a speech impediment, to be fair, but I understood what his name was. And her husband come up to me, and he said, shook my hand, and he said, you know what, mate? He said, the way you treat everybody the same is amazing. He said, like, you just don't seem to care. I said, I don't care. I said, they're just like you and I. They're exactly the same as you and I. And she took a card, you know, whether she'll book a party. I don't go to do this party to get other work off the back of it. You know, the kids absolutely love it. There was this one guy, he's danced from the first song to the last song. And then he come up to me at the end and he said, my mum says that you can DJ my birthday for me.
There you go.
And I was like, wow. I said, look, I'll be there. Now, he'd been to every single one of these parties. And it was just great. The children, the adults, even the parents, they all join in. They all have a good time. The smiles on the face, brilliant. Loved it. So, yes, it went absolutely.
How long was it?
It's only a 2-hour party. It's only 2 hours, 6 till 8. That's all it was. I mean, I do at Christmas time. Unfortunately, it was cancelled Christmas time because they had an E. coli in the water supply at the actual school.
Yeah.
But they, you know, at Christmas time, they have all like their Christmas inflatables and all that, have their pictures taken and this, that, and the other. Now, I did toy with the idea of taking my selfie pod with me and say, look, just grab a picture, use the props. But there are a few people that go that are in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you know, when I've sort of sat on a chair in front of it, I can't get the the podium any lower.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if I was to take the selfie pod, I would want everybody to have the opportunity to have a picture.
Yeah.
So I did toy with the idea for something different because they haven't got the inflatables and all of that. But you know, they had a great time, and I loved it, and I absolutely loved it.
What you should think about, because I thought about this actually with the selfie pod. And we're going off a slight tangent already, but I thought about getting a very small wedges built to just place under the back of the selfie pod,
Just to tilt
lean
it forward a bit more.
just slightly enough. Not that it's going to counteract it, and it's going to.
Yeah.
But
See,
putting a couple of wedges on those back
yeah,
plates just raises that slightly so it points down for the younger
yeah.
children.
See, I did look because on the top of the podium that I use, I've got a 35mm stump, if you like, that you just pop the thing on. Now, I did look. There is an adapter, a speaker pole adapter that it will angle your top.
Yeah.
Now, I had a look. I don't know what the angle is, but I looked at it and I thought, you know what, that would be too much of an angle. So what you're saying about a couple of little wedges,
tiny little wooden wedges,
yeah,
in there underneath the back part of the plate,
yeah,
because you've got it on a Nova Pro XL
yeah, her podium, yeah,
podium plinth.
yeah.
At the back of that, boom, slight wedge. So
Just
it's
enough.
just enough of an angle that points down to the smaller children.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout. I might give that to my cousin as a project to do for us because he's doing another little project for me, which I will keep you updated with it later on a later episode.
Oh, lovely.
But he's doing a little project for me, which I think will benefit. Well, it's definitely going to benefit me, you, and I.
There you go.
For sure. So yeah, but yeah, what about you? Because I had Saturday off. I didn't have anything Saturday night.
Yeah, I had Saturday off as well, but obviously did silent disco, St Albans Cathedral.
Local to you, isn't it?
Very local to me. 1,000 people. I think I've done every. That's the fourth one we've done. Yeah, I'm sure it's the fourth or fifth one. I've done every one at St Albans. Love it. Obviously, local one to me anyway.
Local,
but
yeah.
yeah, another good night. Yeah, we're advertising already that we're going back there in May. So yeah.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah, we're just
Good.
smashing them out.
Anything stand out at that particular gig at all?
Anything stand out? Well, if you had seen my social media story or post or reel, there was a very large moon. It was
saw that.
massive. They had an exhibition on. It wasn't ours because we've gone out with inflatable moons previously and put them on the rig, but this one was part of an exhibition in the nave of St Albans Cathedral, and it was massive.
It did look very big on that picture.
It did. It was because it was very big, and it blocked a little bit of the stage lighting out. Really,
That's a shame.
but it looked incredible. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? For us, we want it to look incredible because it's incredible.
Sometimes goes in incredible places to make it look incredible. I like that.
But yeah, so I only had the one night last weekend, which was quite nice. It's been non-stop since the start of January for me, DJing. It has been very, very busy, and because of that, it caught up on me a little bit. And actually, having Saturday and Sunday, I just needed a bit of a recharge and a recoup, and I'm slowly getting back to sort of normal sleeping hours a little bit. Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough, and I think you do need to recognise that you might need a break now and again and recharge and go again. And that's luckily enough that's come this weekend past that I had Saturday off, Sunday off, and actually it's half term. I'm off all this week from work. So
lovely.
yeah, so I'm taking it a little bit easy.
Yeah,
really.
See, I have to admit, I mean, as soon as I see half term, I'm like, yeah, overtime, I'll do it. Yeah, no problem.
All right, so that is it.
No, to be fair, I've got I've taken Wednesday off. We'll go take the kids out. Say kids, Amelia's 22. She's like an adult. She's a teacher anyway. But we're going out for the day. And then yeah, I'm away at the weekend.
Nice.
So, yeah. So
Excellent.
yeah, good stuff.
So I want to talk to you.
That's why I'm here.
I want to talk to you, mate. Should we do the update? Should we just get the update out of the way?
Okay.
I've got an update. I'll give you the update.
You can give me the update. I don't even know what the update is.
You don't know what the update is? Hold on, let me just get what I need on the old pad in front of me. Right.
Oh, okay.
You want my update? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this week or last week, I took the delivery of.
My God, it's like pulling teeth.
I
Come
know,
on.
I know. I've been building up to it. I'm going to take as long as it's taken me to get this. But, ladies and gentlemen, I received my Alpha Theta DJ AZ last.
Wicked. Good that time, yeah.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah, winning,
Love that.
winning. So it landed on Friday, just before midday. Plugged it in, did all the updates,
Wicked.
and used it that night. Took it out that night and went out and used it.
Can't wait, won't wait.
Listen, listen. There was not a chance in hell that I was not going to take that out with it sat at home going. Oh,
So have you got a case for it and everything?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wicked.
got the
Right.
case for it.
So
Got the case.
you updated all the. I'm guessing that you've got a USB stick all ready to go.
It was primed months
Have
beforehand,
you?
ready to go.
Ah, ah.
Everything was ready to go.
And you just plugged it in and it was all there.
Literally,
Wow.
it was it was great. It was
Okay.
great. And like I said before, I've purchased it. It's a lot. But I've purchased it for a number of reasons. I want to refresh my DJing ability. I've got stagnant over a number of years, and I want to um, tweak it slightly, get a little bit better, and do a little bit more. And with this unit, I definitely can do that.
A little bit more creative. Is that what you're talking about? You want to be more
Yeah, I want to
creative?
be a little bit more creative,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Okay.
I just want to. It's It's like a midlife crisis.
Yeah. Well, you could go out and buy a £40,000 car, but you
I
didn't. You
could,
bought
no, I
you
could.
bought a
Yeah, well, I
controller.
could have done, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But
Right.
no,
Fair.
I think it's just a case of look, I want to learn. I want to learn something new. I've completely changed the software that I use, and now using Recordbox. Obviously, will I stay with Recordbox? Will I then go to Serato as the application, or do I just stay as standalone with Recordbox? I don't know. There's loads of different options. There's loads of things I'm looking at. But at this moment in time, it's just about using it, getting the hours in on it,
Yeah.
practicing, finding out what works for me, the right settings for me, and having a little play around. And
So, good. So on your first night, your first outing with
yes,
your new love of the life.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, obviously, I mean, we know what the faders are. We know it. But did you find any for like muscle memory where you'd go for a
yeah,
particular button from your old control?
100%.
Oh, you did.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Tell us about that.
Like loading. Okay, first thing, headphones. Right.
Okay.
Okay, they're plugged in a normal place, not a problem. But on my old unit, I've got the volume control, which is facing me against that flat part of my old Pioneer unit that I had. So I could adjust the volume there, right in front of me.
Yeah.
Now it's in a different location. So I've got then. So I found myself going
Oh,
automatically to the front of me to try and find it. It's not there. Got to go to a new place.
okay.
And then also loading a track as well. I'd find a track, and then I would my finger would go to the direction of where I think the load should be, because that's where the load button was on my previous unit,
Yeah, and it's not.
and there's nothing there. So I'm like,
Okay.
damn it. So then, yeah. But there's like 3 different ways you can load in a track
Oh, wow.
on the AZ.
Wow.
Yeah. So
So
there's loads.
I'm trying to think how many different ways there are to load on mine. There's 2 different ways on mine.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're opposites here. I'm a Denon man, and you're a Pioneer man. So,
Yeah.
can you load from the screen?
You can load directly from screen. You can load from the screen, touch button, or the laptop.
Oh, right. So, was you standalone or was you laptop on?
No, I went purely standalone on Friday.
Okay. So before that, you used your old controller and you used it with a laptop. You could only use it with a laptop, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. So now one of the biggest problems I still have now, if in a way, is when I go standalone, it's kind of like being able to find the tracks, remembering the tracks. So let's be honest. I mean, you've got Bob Sinclair pumping out to all your thing, and you're trying to think of that next song to go in there.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had it on a laptop, you've probably got a playlist created that's already there. But then when you go over to something new, if you haven't created that playlist, it's kind of like you got to remember. You got to remember what that song was, where
So
you're likely to find it. Have you?
So I'd already created all the playlists that I needed to create because I knew I was getting it and I'd ordered it months ago. I'd already started that process, so I'd already created the playlist I wanted. So as soon as I plugged in my USB into the system,
You was ready to go.
I knew where everything was. However, there is also another format within the AZ that it will, and you can set the parameters of this. You can actually say you've got a track that's playing at 120 BPM. You can ask it for a range of 3%, 5%, 10% above or beyond that 120,
Right. Okay.
and it will find you a song that's relevant to that BPM.
Okay. That's quite
And
interesting.
also, you can do the same with the key to the track as well.
So if you was a mixing key person, then you can
Yeah.
have a
You can do
Okay.
exactly the same process. So,
Okay.
and you can reduce that down. So it will find you like here it is, a 120 BPM song, okay, and it will show you, right, you've got 122 and it's at the same key, or you got, and it will just give you, so it will give you a suggestion.
Okay. I like that.
So you got that in there as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure mine's got that. I know mine hasn't got. See, Denon Prime 4 or Denon Engine DJ, they brought out stems a little while ago for the. Now it's really weird how they've done this. Personally, I was very fortunate with it because I've got the Prime 4 Plus, so having the stems extension onto like my controller didn't cost me anything. But if you had the Prime 4 Plus or the SC6000 or anything like that, or the SC Live, you had to pay $10, $9.99, right? You had to pay to have the stems thing. Now, I think that's a little bit cheeky of Denon, really, if I'm honest. I think everyone, even me, I think they should have said, look, it's an extra tenner. If you want it, it's a one-off payment, it's a tenner. I think they should have done it. I don't think that was very fair on the other people that don't have the Prime 4. Because they brought out the Prime 4 and then they brought out the Prime 4 Plus in like it within a year of each other. So that, when you're spending $2.5 on a controller, you get told that, okay, you bought that new one there, so we're not going to charge you that tenner because you bought the latest one, but we're going to charge everybody else. I disagree with that. But with mine, with the Denon, you have to pre-compute the stems on the laptop software and then sync it over to the controller. You can't do it on the fly.
Yep.
Now, I know that VDJ, you can do it on the fly. You can just do it. I believe Serato, possibly, you can do it on the fly.
I have no idea.
I don't know, because
I mean,
never used Serato.
I've come from using DJ Pro, DJ algorithm, and you could do it on the fly.
Do you, I mean, I know you haven't really used Recordbox very much.
No.
But you said a few episodes ago, you said you've got to get proper down and dirty with your new controller, which means you've also got to get down and dirty with Recordbox as well, because they come hand in hand. Can you envisage you missing your algorithm? Because you've used the algorithm for like 20 years plus.
A long, long time.
Yeah.
I think when it first started, I wouldn't say it's 20 years, but it's a very, very long time. Am I going to miss it? I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think it's also just a part of progression within the industry, within the technology that we use within our industry?
I think it's the choice, isn't it? You've got that choice to go to so many different platforms, whether you are a Recordbox user, Serato user, Tractor algorithm, whatever your
works for you, really, isn't it?
Works for you, and whatever you get on with, you get on with. I've made the choice of using DJ Pro algorithm for so many years that I'm buying a new unit. I can't do that. I want this new unit because I've become a bit stale with it. And I want to get better. And I've got a very decent unit in front of me now that I'm hoping is one, the sound quality, the difference in sound quality. I mean, I'm almost deaf anyway. Spending 6 years in the army shooting, like my right ear's done. Like I can't hear anything anyway. DJing for the amount of years I am is not great, and we'll probably talk about looking after your ears later on in this episode because I know it's something that you want to talk about. But the difference in sound quality from my old Pioneer SX that I've got to this is unbelievable. The sound card in this new system is just mind blowing. The quality is so good,
Yeah.
so good.
You know what? I did a like little comparison. I was doing an event last year. I was doing a wedding, and I had plenty of time. Now I use Engine DJ if I'm standalone, but when I'm doing an all day wedding, I tend to hook up my laptop and use VDJ. Okay, and I thought I'm going to just test something because one of the things that I know, I thought the sound's not quite right. So with VDJ, I plugged VDJ in, I put a song on, and I left all the volumes, faders, everything, same song, exactly the same, and then switched over to the built-in sound card, the standalone, and it was easily double the sound quality. It was just better.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, you're losing a lot of quality going from when you're going through a laptop. If you're going standalone, you've got that dedicated sound card. It was amazing.
Yeah,
The difference
unbelievable.
was amazing.
So
So
yeah, ultimately, I've got a lot to go with it,
yeah,
lot to
you
work.
have to keep us updated.
Oh yeah, of course I will.
Yeah.
And you'll see it in a couple of weeks. You'll
Yeah, a
see it
couple
in
of
it.
weeks. Not
You'll
this
see
weekend,
it in
next
its
weekend.
flesh.
Mate,
You'll
I'm
see it
gonna
in its
be all
flesh
over it. I
when you
must
go
admit,
to
I was
sleep.
expecting a few more pictures on the old social media. To be fair, but are you saving yourself for that
It wasn't a
or
question of saving myself. It was a question of more the fact of I was too busy trying to figure everything out on it
everything out?
because I was doing a live gig in front of 1,000
Yeah,
people, and I was
it's
like,
big unit as well, isn't it?
"It's a big unit."
Is it heavy?
Um, it- yeah, yeah.
I mean, it ain't about size at the end of the day. It's about what we,
That's what I've heard.
yeah, yeah.
That's what I've heard. But no, I think. Listen, I wanted to use it as soon as I got it. I wanted to use it. I wanted to get it out there and because if I hadn't, I'd have kicked myself
Yeah.
because it would have been like, well, what was the point of getting it? Like I've got it to be able to use it, and you go, oh, you might want to practice with it first. To be honest, the biggest thing about it was actually getting all my cue points and hot cues and other bits and pieces, which I didn't really consider when I got into Record Box. When I set everything up, I just put everything into Record Box and put them into folders.
Okay.
But I didn't think about cue points and everything else, which I need to go back and now start to do. So I was doing all of that on the fly. But yeah, no, yeah, it was great. Loved it.
Lovely.
Absolutely loved it.
You'll have to give us an update on sort of like things like how you export your music from Record Box and put it in your. You'll have to update us further down the line when you're more familiar with it. You know,
Absolutely.
that'd be interesting. It'd be interesting.
I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
Yeah, I love that. Love
All
that.
right, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my quick little update that I thought I'd
Love.
give
Yeah.
you,
Brilliant.
which is lasted a little bit longer than I thought would be a quick little update.
Oh,
Should
well,
we all
you know, I mean, just one last thing we'll talk about. I mean,
go on?
I know you've said you've bought a case.
Yes.
Did you buy like the hard, silver and black Swan case, or did you buy
No.
like a UDG soft bag type
Yeah,
case?
I've got a soft bag and I've got a deck saver with it as well.
Good, good. Because I think that I know we talk about this and we know how much these things cost,
Yep.
but I think it is important that, especially for the people that are just starting out, that if you've saved up £1,500, £2,000 for a controller,
Which
save
you
up that
don't
extra.
have to do. All right, I'm going to point that out to people now. If you're brand new into this, you don't need to go out and get the all singing or
You can go
dancing.
buy something for 70 quid
Yes.
easily, but
It's your personal choice of what you
it
want
is
to
your
do.
personal choice. But whatever money you spend on your equipment, it's an investment. It's an investment for you, and going forward, you're going to earn some money out of
Yep.
it. But you need to protect your equipment at the same time. Don't just chuck it in a box and then, hopefully you won't put the shopping on top of it and break all your faders and this, that, and the other. Look after your equipment. So if it means saving up another 30, 40, 50 quid to buy a deck saver or a bag for it or a case
Yeah.
for it, do that. That would be my advice to people buying new equipment. Protect it because it is an investment.
Definitely.
It is an
100%.
investment. Yeah. So there you go.
Definitely.
That was kind of the last thing I had to
All
say
right.
about it.
Okay. All
Although a
right.
little bit jealous that you bought a new bit of kit and I haven't bought any. You know what? I haven't bought anything since before Christmas.
Well, that's good. Don't feel that you need to.
No, I don't need to. But I'm kind
Good.
of when I saw that picture, I was kind of like, oh, doesn't it look shiny and clean?
Doesn't that moon
Oh,
look massive? That's what you
yeah, that
thought.
little bit. Have you taken off the protective coverings off of it?
There didn't want, wasn't any protective coverings on it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, really.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, is it brand new?
Is it brand? Do you want a slab?
Well, you didn't even have a protective covering over the screen.
No, it was all wrapped up, but there was none of that touchy
Yeah,
pull
no,
off
I've still had
screen
my
thing.
Prime 4 Plus for well over a year, and I've still got them on there.
And I'm going to take them off next time I see you.
I might do a video of it.
What, taking it off? No,
You know
you
what?
won't.
I did a video on the Prime 4 Plus, on the Prime 4, because like, what do you do? Do you take it off? I kind of left it on, and I'd left it on, and it was fine. And that video got a lot of hits, and I was like, oh, people are giving it like you should tear it off, and it was quite
Yeah.
interesting.
Get
But
the
there you go.
haters. Get the haters out there,
Yeah,
telling you.
man, that's it.
So
Go on.
buy a case. It's a Groove Junction goodie. There you go, everyone. It's a
Groove
Groove
Junction,
Junction
goodie.
goodie. Get a case in and deck saver as well. That will help your unit and preserve it as long as need. Or if you really want to spend the money on it, get a flight case. Because if you've got a van and you're able to store things away, then definitely get a.
Yeah, I've got both, to be fair, for my Prime 4. I got the flight case,
All right,
which,
posh.
well, no, not really, but I mean, yeah, I've got my reasons.
I've got my reasons.
Got my reasons.
I don't know what they are, but I've got my reasons.
I don't know what they are either, but I've got my reasons.
Right, John, we'll see you after the break, yeah?
Oh, yeah, man. After the break.
Welcome back, John.
Hello, mate. All right?
Thanks for coming back, John.
No, he said, thank you for having me back.
Yeah, well, as always, it's always a pleasure. Never a chore. Right. I want to speak to you because a few people have asked this question actually previously to us around software, and we've touched on it just briefly in the first half of the show. Is what software people use. Now, there is a ton of software out there that people use when they're DJing. So let's break it down. So, for many, many years, like I've just said in the first episode, that I've used Algorithm. And within Algorithm, DJ Pro, you've got a load of different streaming devices or streaming platforms on there. Tidal being one. Previously, it was Spotify, BeatSource. The list is endless. Now, let's talk about this because they're not cheap, first and foremost. Let's talk about pros and cons of it.
Okay. What, on the streaming platforms or the platforms that we use to DJ with?
Let's talk about it on the streaming platforms because I think we need to talk about streaming platforms. We've done the platforms. Let's talk about the streaming platforms that are available out there for people.
Okay, so there are a number, as you just said. You've got Tidal, you've got BeatSource, Spotify is a streaming platform, Apple Music is a streaming platform, and YouTube as well to a certain degree. Now,
I would argue against that, but yes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there are people out there that will plug their phone in and do a YouTube through their mixer.
Yeah.
I've only ever used Apple Music. I used once at a wedding. I use Tidal now, which I subscribe to, which I think cost me £20 a month.
Okay.
The only other one I had was BeatSource. And the only problem I found with BeatSource is that as soon as I typed in the thing, it was constantly, I couldn't, when I found the track I wanted, it continued to search. It was just like a nightmare. I couldn't get on with it. So I switched over to Tidal.
Yep.
And if I'm totally honest, that I love it. I really, really do. Now, I know there's DJs out there that only DJ with Tidal.
Tidal, yeah.
You know, I've been to weddings and events. I've been to Jewish weddings. I've done Greek weddings. I've done Indian weddings, and people have come up and asked me for particular songs. One Christmas, this one particular party wanted a load of Latin music. I don't have Latin music in my collection, but luckily for me, Tidal found literally every single song.
Everything you needed.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a song that I put into Tidal and not being able to find. But what I do, and probably my own worst enemy for it, if someone comes up and asks me for a song that I don't have and I find it and I use it on Tidal, I will make a note or take a picture of that particular song and I will go and download it so that I have got it in my arsenal and I actually personally own that track itself.
Right, okay.
I do that. But yeah, Tidal, love Tidal. I like the way I can prepare everything on the desktop, on the laptop. I can prepare it all. And then when I go in and log in via my controller, it's all there. See, now this is another thing where certain companies, streaming platforms, and the software we use for DJing, they some of them work together really, really well. So we'll take VDJ and we'll take Tidal. Now with VDJ, I can log into my online Tidal account. I can bring up the playlist. It's all there in order, no problem. I then go to the venue, and as long as I've got Wi-Fi or an internet connection, whether it be from my phone or whatever, great, no problem. I'll be able to play that track, no problem. What VDJ also do, they allow you to take that Tidal playlist and download it to cache. So that when you get to the venue, so if you get to the venue and there is, you're in the middle of nowhere, there is no internet, you've got no phone connection, nothing. Because I've downloaded that playlist in VDJ to cache, as soon as I pop it in, it's there because it's downloaded to cache. So that is a great thing. When I go standalone, it's not downloaded to cache. So if I haven't got internet, I can't play it.
Right, gotcha.
So, but Tidal, in my opinion, they basically doubled the price. Middle of last year, they went from £9.99 to £20.19. But I still think it's worth the money because you'll get to that event and they'll go, "Have you got this?" You don't want to be that DJ. No, sorry, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. No, sorry, I ain't got it. Yeah, I ain't got it. You want to be able to give it? Absolutely. Yep, no problem. There we go.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I can't really say anything about any of the other streaming platforms. I don't use Spotify. I do not use Spotify.
No, the Spotify because one of the big pulls for when I used DJ Pro back in the day was that Spotify was linked to it, and Spotify was the only one that you were able to link to DJ Pro and not have the issues of adverts and all of that sort of stuff that were connected to Spotify as it was, and you paid a subscription through that, and then Spotify pulled that. And then once they pulled that, I think then Tidal jumped in and said, "We'll help you out, DJ Pro." And then I think that's when I got my Tidal account, and I dropped Spotify immediately from that point of view because I didn't need it. I wasn't going to use it because I can use it on Tidal. And even now, thinking about the AZ that I've got, I can Bluetooth from a channel. I've got 4 channels. I can actually select one of the channels as a Bluetooth channel and then connect to my phone and just have Tidal there anyway.
Yeah, I'm lucky I can Bluetooth to my
if I'm doing it as a
well.
standalone. But even in Recordbox, my Recordbox is connected to my Tidal account anyway.
There you go.
So I could plug in the laptop, or I could just actually plug in via Bluetooth my phone into my Tidal account and do it that way. So I think Tidal is definitely
It's one of the leaders, isn't it? It's one of the leaders.
Yeah,
100%. I think. I mean, it'd be interesting to know what other people use. I know some people do use Beat Source.
I would say for the mobile DJ, I would say probably Tidal is definitely there. Maybe for Beat Source, maybe more of a club DJ side of things.
Yeah, they do tend to have a few more sort of like exclusive mixes on there, don't they? Yeah.
So I think from a mobile DJ, multi-genre DJ point of view, I think Tidal's definitely the winner all day long, in my opinion. I'd be interested, any of the listeners want to shout out, let us know what they use, how they get on with it, and also how much they pay. We can revisit this conversation definitely at a later date.
I know, not quite. You're talking about like streaming pools. I mean, I want to talk about download pools as well. Because I had an email. Obviously, people listening to this podcast would more than likely have heard of Master Mix DJ.
Yeah.
So Master Mix DJ, they do hundreds of different compilation albums and this, that, and the other. So DJs can go down and you go and download them. You pay for them. I got an email from them this week to say that they are increasing their track prices. At the moment, it's £1 a track. They're increasing it to £1.50 per track. Now, if you are a subscriber, you're not you got a slight increase. I think it goes to some.
They're up at 50%.
Yeah, even if you're a subscriber, I think you get a slight increase. But how do you feel, May? How do you feel that when obviously we want the artists to get the money for the music that we buy and that we play, that goes without saying. But when you're downloading a track, like you're downloading, you've not got a physical thing, you've got a downloaded track, so you've got data coming down to you. They've increased their prices to £1.50. Does that mean that they're going to now give a little bit extra to the artist? I very much doubt it.
I don't know. I wouldn't like to say. What I would comment on is that is the song that they have remastered. Is it actually the original song from that artist? Because they're adding an intro to it and an outro to that track, aren't they?
And then the redrum, I think the redrum stuff, they're adding a beat all the way through it. And if they've where you've got the regrids, obviously what they've done is they've remastered it so that that song has a solid beat grid all the way through. Now, a couple of songs that spring to mind where the beat grid goes all over the place is Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody. The beat grid's not the same all the way through, just all over the place. And Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Right, they're the two that I definitely know are kind of all over the place. And I know that they regridded them. So they're basically going in and manipulating that track, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, okay, I'm with you. So, yeah, okay.
So I don't know.
I don't know. There's a big, with the license, big hike, though, isn't it?
With the licensing and everything around it, I wouldn't know, and I wouldn't want to get into that. But it's, I mean, I think there's cheaper options, personally. There's cheaper options in relation to how you can get your music.
I think you've got to shop around now, haven't you? Really, I mean, you need to.
Yeah, totally.
Have a look around. You do that for car insurance. You might as well do it for music. Have a little shop about.
Why not?
I mean, well, you know, might as well.
But you could do exactly the same on SoundCloud. You could go into SoundCloud and go and get load of music instantly from that way, have an account through SoundCloud, just like you would do for any of the normal streaming platforms. I think when you're actually downloading the tracks themselves from record pools like that, like I use the mashup. So I've got a lot of those tracks as well that I use. I think I'm paying £20 a month for that. I'm paying.
Do you have a certain amount of downloads that you can download, or is it unlimited?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because if you go back 15, 20 years, there was no such thing as downloading music. You had to go down to Our Price or Andy's Records or
Woolworths.
But yeah, you know.
I used to go to Woolworths and get my 7-inch singles every Saturday.
My cousin Stephen made a New Year's resolution to buy. This was many, many years ago.
I was going to say, how recent was this?
No, this was like, well, I mean, I don't think I was in double digits, to be fair. He made a New Year's resolution. He's got to buy every number one single, right? And he did, and he does, and he still does, even to today. Okay. But he's got it on every single format that song. So if it came out on vinyl, he's got it on vinyl. If it came out on tape cassette, he got it on tape cassette. CD, LP, EP, he's got the lot, right?
Wow.
His record collection is worth
a lot.
Wow.
A lot.
And he will go, I mean, he spent, I think, I can't remember what song it was. Maybe Reek Petite by Jackie Wilson, maybe.
God.
Right? But he's got an LP, he's got a vinyl version of it, which is worth, I'm going to say thousands. Thousands.
It doesn't surprise me.
But that's what I mean. But now, we just log on the laptop, download that. Thank you very much. Not very many people, although the vinyl's starting to come back a little bit now, I've noticed.
It is, and that's the last thing I want to start going back down the old vinyl route. God.
Do with that.
Jeez.
I'm too old. I'm getting too old to lift all them cases, you know what I mean? No.
Lifting vinyl was the I mean, I know we were a lot younger then, and lifting vinyl wasn't an issue. But even in boxes of like, who was
I'll be honest, I never DJ. I couldn't. I just can't do it. I can't DJ on vinyl. I've tried
you
to do
know?
that. I couldn't get on. Couldn't get on
Oh,
with
well,
it
that's why I started back in the day.
back in the day. With although when I hear a track,
Well, I am older than you.
I do like to hear when certain songs you can hear the crackle of the vinyl. You know that
When
vinyl
it first
crackle.
starts, when the vinyl first starts, you hear it.
Yeah, yeah. You hear that. Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
super sexy. That is.
Well, yes. Anyway, anyone got
Leave me
any
with that.
questions around record pools, software? Let us know.
Yeah.
Send us a message, and we will look to discuss it further.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. Be interesting to know what record poles they use and this that, and the other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I use a couple. I do use a couple.
Yeah, so do I. So
Uh,
do I.
There we
Okay,
go.
cool. You were going to mention something about hearing.
Yeah, so earlier on you said about that, um, your hearing's not as good as it used to be. I mean, it's not
Pardon?
just because of old age. Yeah, pardon.
Pardon?
You pardon.
Pardon?
Yeah.
What was it?
I said about your hearing.
Okay.
Okay, so um, when we DJ, I mean, I tend to DJ with one headphone on my ear and then the other one, and then, but I've done a couple of events where the speakers have been behind me and been an outdoor event, and they're super loud. Now, your body, your eardrums, your ears start to close up to protect them. The louder the environment, the eardrums will close up. So
Yes.
if you have your headphones up so loud and it's like your eardrums and everything becomes a little duller, hearing wise, things a little like you've got water in your ear side thing. Now I bought a set of loops ear defenders or
Okay.
loop. Now these are it's not good for our listeners, but for those who are watching them.
Describe them.
So basically, it is quite a fancy earplug,
Fancy.
right?
Okay.
Now, what I like about these, for a start, they're about £20, right? You get different colours and all that depending on what you have in your ear. But you put these in, and it will protect your ears. It will protect them. And what it does is it dulls down the decibels going into your ears, but not to a certain degree. If you put, those foam air protectors you get, you sort of squish them up, push them in, and then they foam
Yep.
out. Yep. They're not like that, right? These you can still hear. You can put these in and still DJ with your headphones, and you can still hear. But it subs it down enough to protect your hearing.
What if your hearing's already gone?
Yeah, it's not a hearing aid, Matt.
Oh, okay.
No,
Right.
it's not one of them, mate. You know what I mean? But obviously, as DJs, we've constantly got a headphone to our ears. We're constantly in apart from the silent discos, but we are in loud environments with our PA systems and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth having some sort of protection with you should you need the. I mean, I use these most. I can't use them when I've got in ears, obviously.
Yeah.
But normally when I do other parties, I will have these in, and they are great, and they're about 20 quid. Loops. They're
Do
called
you,
loops.
by having those in though, do you find that you're actually turning the headphones up?
No, is
Okay,
the
so
answer. No.
straight up.
What I do find is I will take one out occasionally because in a way, I don't know whether this is going to be the right word. I kind of feel disconnected from the vibe of the party. Is it too loud? Is it not loud enough? You kind of lose that aspect ratio, if you like, when you've got them in. So every now and then I take them out and have a little say, yeah, no, that's all right. But they are they do the job. I like mine. Yeah, about £20. Protect your
Right.
hearing as much as you can. There you
There
go.
you go, everyone. It's
There you go.
a Groove Junction goodie. There you
Yeah.
go. From John, he's saying
Yeah.
that the loops,
Yeah. Loops. Yeah. What are they called? Loops earplugs.
loops
Loop ear.
earplugs.
They're about £20. You get a little case with them. You get one, two, three. You get 4 different sizes for you to fit into your ears. Like you take the ends off,
Yep.
Yeah. It's just a little thing there. If protect your ears. If you
Do you
don't
need to
need it.
do that? The younger generation out there, you need to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, it's important to take care of your hearing as well as other aspects of your own body when you're out doing gigs, health and safety, cable management, things like that. You know, think
Absolutely.
about things.
Good.
Yeah, there you go, Matty. That is my little
Nice little
bit.
episode. Thanks for popping on this
Oh, are we
evening.
done? Are we
Yeah,
done?
we're getting there. We're gonna slowly wrap things up, mate.
Slowly wrap things up. How long have we been here? It seems like it's flown by today. It really has.
It does every time, John.
Well, I think it's the company you keep.
Well,
Well, it's not a well, is it? It's a yeah. It's not a
yes,
well, is it?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
of
it is.
course it is.
100%. That's
I mean, what
exactly
else
what
would
it
you be
is.
doing on a Monday night? Let's be honest. There you go, you see.
Well, well,
Well, I've got a new AZ, so I might be preparing
well,
some music.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got a new AZ. I've got no. I'll probably just be sitting out here in
Don't
my
buy
office.
anything new, John.
I don't need anything.
Don't need anything new, my
I
friend.
don't need it. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie.
What do you
So,
need?
um, so I had an incident at Christmas with my LED backdrop. Had a pint of beer, spilt all down the side of it, and it
Yes.
was all stained. But well, that's all been cleaned now, and it looks
Does it?
brand new. Yes, it
Does
does. It
it?
looks lovely. So one of the things that I said to you when we was last out together,
Where are you going? Where are you going? Come
no,
on.
no, 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 it's like no, it's
Okay.
serious.
Go
No,
on then. All right, I'm
no, no,
serious.
no,
No, serious.
no, I wasn't going to tell anybody about that.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, when we put the backdrop up,
Yes,
because I've got 2 3 meter sections, we had a gap in the middle, didn't we? We had a little gap
we
like that.
did.
So I am going to buy a swag across the top that's going to cover that gap up.
Okay.
That is the only thing that I'm going. Well, I'm going to buy 2 because I've obviously got 2 3 meter sections.
Yeah.
That is that is the only thing that I would want to buy, and I've got three events that have requested the backdrop, so I want to get into that for this
There
year.
you go.
There you go. So apart from that, I'm not really planning on buying anything
Good.
else.
You don't need to buy nothing.
Mm,
Keep putting that money aside. Rainy day.
well, spent it. It rains every day, Matt. It's always raining.
Well,
They reckon it's going to get to 16 degrees this week. Can you
that'd be
believe that?
nice.
It was -2 in this office this morning.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's great when we talk about temperatures and we've got people all around the world listening to
I
this in
know.
some very
You
hot
know.
countries, and there we are going,
Yeah.
it's
It's
16
freezing. Yeah, yeah.
degrees.
You know,
And we're happy that it gets to 16 degrees.
yeah. It's amazing that 20 different countries across this globe listening to us.
I love it.
Amazing. Love
I
that.
love it. Love
Absolutely
it.
love that.
And we want to hear from you. So
Mm.
if you are listening in any of those countries out there, not just even the guys in the UK or the US where we've got a very
We
good
like to hear
following.
from everyone.
But yeah, it'd be great to hear from you. Give us a little email. I'm going to put the email on the screen in front. There it is. Okay. So yeah, so drop us an email. It'd be nice to hear from you.
Just all he has to say is hello from Greece or hello from
Yeah. Yeah, I
Vatican
listen and
City.
I love it. You know what?
Yeah.
I listen, I hate it. I don't care right now. We just want the inbox to start filling up a little bit
Yeah, it'd be
more.
nice. We've both got an inbox and there's nothing in mine.
Okay, I'll put mine on my screen. You
Yeah.
put yours on your screen. There you go. And we'll see how we get on.
There we go.
Little competition.
Uh,
Who gets the most
well,
emails? Yeah.
well, I think you're going to win that one, to be fair.
Well, you don't know that, John.
Well, it's not no.
You're the
Well, I mean,
DJ's DJ of the year 2024, aren't you, John?
oh, you know what? You did say I was going to be able to get my show
you
my
haven't.
trophy, and I haven't got it out.
You
It's up
haven't.
there. It's up
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
that's fine.
Hello, darling. All right. What?
Oh my God. John, it's been a pleasure as always.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Never a chore. Thank you everyone for listening into the Groove Junction. As always, we are here every Friday, 10 a.m. That's when the brand new podcast drops from the Groove Junction. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And also tell the DJing community where we are.
Yeah.
They may even like it, and they may even get some little tips and tricks, and even get it's a Groove Junction goodie. They might get one of those out of it. You never know, which is always good.
Love it.
But John, what you got
yes.
planned next week?
I'm down in Guildford for the weekend.
Oh,
I
Guildford.
am doing silent disco at Guildford Cathedral. I'm doing 80s, decades night. I'm doing 80s, which is the Red Channel.
Yes,
2 sessions on the Friday, 2 sessions on the Saturday.
that is correct. Well done.
Looking forward to it. Working with Archie and Maggie.
Yes,
Yeah.
congratulations, you got it right.
I got it right. Yeah, so looking forward to that. So it'll actually be the first silent disco that I've done without you being there,
That's
holding
great.
my hand.
It's great, isn't it? I'm,
Well, I
I'm
don't know.
allowing you. I'm allowing you to spread your wings
Kind of let me off the reins a little bit, but yeah, the thing
a
is,
little
it's
bit.
one of them retractable lead things. Soon pull me
Yes,
back in.
just pull you back very quickly, very
Yeah,
quickly. Yeah, so you're
I'm looking
doing.
forward to it.
Yeah, you're doing 80s night or 80s decade
Mm.
in Guildford Cathedral over 2 nights, and I am in Canterbury for 2 nights down there.
Love it.
I'm also hitting the Red Channel doing the 80s down there.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
nice.
So yeah, all good.
Yeah,
All good.
looking forward to it.
Good
Going to be a good
weekend ahead.
weekend. Yeah, good
Yeah.
weekend.
All right, my friend.
Yes.
Be safe. Be
Thank you for
well.
having. Oh man, come on,
No, sorry, I
come
can't. I'm
on.
not going to do it. I'm not
Nah.
going to do it. I'm
Well,
not
you're
going to do
very
it.
close. That's like me saying, so listen, guys, don't forget you can download the podcast. I I wouldn't do
Go on
that
then.
to you. I wouldn't take your sunshine.
No, all right. No.
But no, listen, it's been lovely speaking to you as always, mate. It really has.
Good stuff, man. Have a great week ahead.
Yeah, and you.
And I'll speak to you next week.
I'll speak to you next week.
Everyone listening, we will see you same time, same place next week on the Groove Junction, everybody.
Be safe, be lucky.
Ta-da!